Dr. Srijit, is it visible? Screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is
Okay.
visible. Yeah, it's moving.
Is it moving?
Yes. Please make it full screen.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Namaskar, good evening to all of you. Today we are meeting on the last day of monsoon season, that is 30th September, with a monthly outlook for rainfall and temperature during October 2025 and seasonal rainfall for October to December 2025. Before we proceed for knowing the large scale features for the ensuing season and the expected rainfall over India, let us have a look about the southeast monsoon season, June to September, and especially September 2025, the performance of rainfall, various severe weather events, low pressure systems, and the performance of the forecast issued by IMD. So to begin with, I want to mention here that it is a very successful monsoon season 2025 in terms of rainfall activity. Of course, it has been associated with many disastrous weather events in different parts of the country. For the country as a whole, we have the 8% excess rainfall activity or above normal rainfall activity. We have received 937.2 millimeter rainfall against normal of 868.6 millimeter of rainfall. On the right hand side diagram, if you just look at, rainfall has been quite uniform, becoming normal to excess in different subdivisions, except 3 subdivisions, that is Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and Meghalaya. It has been excess in the western side, especially, that is northwest India, west central India, and northwest peninsula, and normal in the remaining parts of the country. If I look at the day-to-day rainfall activity based on the data of 1 June to 30th September, we find that many days rainfall was above normal, but it showed a periodic nature, becoming almost 15 days deficient and then 15 days above normal in the month of June. Same was the case in the month of July and August. And in September also, in the beginning of September, so especially the second week of September, we have got deficient rainfall, and third week of September, we have got deficient rainfall, and we have got above normal towards the end of the season and also towards the middle of the season. So as a whole, if I just look at that the temporal distribution of rainfall has been quite good for the country as a whole without any long-term deficiency of rainfall activity. Then let us look at the core zone, monsoon core zone, which is most of the central India. So we find that in the diagram given on the left-hand side below that you find that there are 2 dotted lines. One is the green dotted line at the top and red dotted line at the bottom. And that indicates the ±1 standard deviation of rainfall. So if I look at the standard deviation of rainfall and rainfall activity which has occurred this year, but you find that on many days, it has been above 1 standard deviation, especially in the month of June and July, commencing from around 16 June, continuing up to 7 July. Thereafter, it was within 1 standard deviation many days in July, and in August, in the past few days, that is, you can say up to 10th August, it was deficient on many days, that is below 1 standard deviation. And thereafter, it has become within standard deviation or above the standard deviation on most of the days. The maximum day rainfall activity, if you just look at, it has become more than standard deviation. If you just look at, it has been this week only, and that is on 27th and 28th in association with the depression which moved across India. Now, let us look at different homogeneous regions. As I was telling that June, the rainfall has been 8.9 or 9% above normal for the country as a whole. In July, it was 4.8 or 5% above normal. August, it was 5.2 or 5% above normal. September, it has been 15.3 or 15% above normal. For the country as a whole, if I look at 1st June to 30 September, it is 7.9 or 8% above normal. Now, if I consider different homogeneous regions like say Northwest India, East and Northeast India, Central India, and South Peninsula, then you find that all the homogeneous regions got good rainfall activity, and East and Northeast India, that is Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, and adjoining areas like Bihar, SSWB, they got, Southern West Bengal, they got the deficient rainfall, and deficient was about minus 20%. So, where and when in the past you look at a very good rainfall year, in such rainfall years, you will find that Northeast India gets below normal rainfall, and remaining parts of the country gets normal to above normal rainfall activity. So that has happened this year. So number of subdivisions, if you just look at, actually it is large excess 10%, excess 35%, normal 46%, and deficient has been 9%. And there was no large deficient subdivision in the country. Now let us look at the propagation of rainfall during the monsoon season over different homogeneous regions like Northwest India, Eastern Northeast India, Central India, and Peninsular India. But you find that the rainfall activity over Northwest India was quite good, and it reduced in the month of September. But however, towards 15 to 18 September, it was good rainfall activity leading to again cloudbursts, landslides, mudslides, etc. in the hills of Western Himalayan region, that is Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, and Uttarakhand. And of course, in the recent time, there is no such rainfall activity. And again, today rainfall has commenced. Now, if you consider East and Northeast India, it is also deficient rainfall in many days, but there are certain situations or isolated peaks where there has been above normal rainfall activity. In the month of September, you can say after 15 September or so, the rainfall has been deficient. Now, considering the Central India, you will find that many days it was above normal. Various peaks were achieved in different intervals, and especially you can find out one was in July, and then it is again in the month of July. This is month of August, and the main monsoon months has the higher peaks of rainfall activity over Central India. In South Peninsular India also, rainfall was active and more than normal on many days and during the season. On the right-hand side is the district-wise rainfall activity. You will find that it was almost uniform across the country except East and Northeast India, where you can find out many red colors or yellow colors. Red and yellow indicates that it is deficient districts. Green and blue indicates it is the normal to excess rainfall districts. So what I find that number of districts having the green, having the yellow and orange is quite less, about 10% maybe. And there are some districts in the South Peninsula, especially the interior parts of Tamil Nadu, where the rainfall has been deficient. Now let us look at month-wise. On the left-hand side is the distribution of rainfall in June. First one you can see here, and the second one is the July, third one is the August, and fourth one is the September. So what I want to say by comparing these four, that continuously June and July saw the deficient rainfall activity over East and Northeast India, especially Bihar, Southern West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, Meghalaya, and Arunachal Pradesh. The situation improved there in the month of August, but again in the month of September, the same region, Bihar, SSWB slightly improved, but Assam and Arunachal Pradesh continued to be deficient. So in the season, out of 4 months, 3 months, Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Meghalaya have experienced the deficient rainfall activity. Now, if I look at the Northwest India, you will find that it has been excess in all the districts, and especially you can say June, then August and September. In July also Rajasthan has become highly excess, and remaining parts of Northwest India has been normal. If I look at the central India has been also quite distribution. You can see blue colors are there in June, July, and September, but in August, central India got deficient rainfall activity, especially Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha. Now, let us look at week-wise rainfall activity. And what we find that the green bars are the weekly rainfall departures, and red line is the seasonal rainfall departure. But we find that up to the week ending 11 June, week ending 11 June, rainfall was deficient. After that, rainfall continued to be normal or above normal throughout the year, cumulative rainfall I'm talking about. But when you consider the week-wise rainfall activity, yes, there were deficient weeks after June, that is the most deficient, minus 57.5%, deficient for the week ending 11 June. We have got 4 more weeks, that is in July and August, 2 weeks. As I was telling you, 2 weeks normal and or excess and 2 weeks of deficient. This phenomena occurred in this season. You can find out that it was 2 weeks in July, that is 16 and 23rd July ending weeks, and 2 weeks in August, that is 6 and 13 August ending weeks. We have got the deficient rainfall activity. Now let us look at monthly and seasonal rainfall activity. Already I have shown you the spatial diagram, and this is just the all India rainfall and homogeneous region total rainfall activity in different months. Now, this is the time series of rainfall activity from 1901 to 2025. So what you find that in the recent time, rainfall has been normal or the above normal. So it is the consecutive 2 years where we have got the above normal rainfall activity, and that is 24 and 25, and 23 it was slightly below normal rainfall activity. So what you find that the rainfall, whatever has occurred this year, that is 937.2 millimeter, is the 5th highest since 2001 and 38th highest since 1901. So therefore, it is not a record-breaking rainfall as far as 100 years data are concerned. But recent times, we would say this is the 5th highest rainfall activity. So now let us look at rainfall over East and Northeast India. And the top diagram, you will find that rainfall has been deficient or below normal in many years in the recent time. So there is a trend, you can say, since 2020, rainfall is decreasing over this region. And there are studies also, the East and Northeast India rainfall is decreasing over the say past 20 years or so, if we look at the trend. Now, monsoon season rainfall over Northwest India, if we just look at, rainfall has increased in recent years. If you just look at from 2020 onwards, you can find that there is some kind of rising trend in recent time, and we have got more rainfall activity over Northwest India, which needs to be studied why rainfall is showing gradual increase. But however, it was below normal rainfall activity. Now it has become above normal rainfall activity this year. And this is the highest rainfall since 2001. And this is the 6th highest since 1901. So therefore, in one sense, Northwest India has got the higher rainfall, and it has become highest since 2001. Now let us look at the performance of long-range forecast of Southeast monsoon season. On 15th of April, we issued the first stage long-range forecast for the season as a whole. At that time, we told that neutral El Nino southern oscillation condition will continue during monsoon season. Neutral Indian Ocean dipole conditions are also expected to continue during monsoon season. And snow cover was below normal, indicating that it will help in increasing the monsoon rainfall activity over the country. And we gave a forecast that Southeast monsoon rainfall for the season June to September will be above normal, that is more than 104%. And quantitatively told that it will be 105% plus minus 5%. Now, when you came up for the second stage on 27th May, we told the same and so forecast, and we told that weak negative IOD conditions are likely to develop during the Southeast monsoon season, especially the second half of the monsoon season, we told, or towards the end of monsoon season. And quantitatively, we told that it will be 106% plus minus 4% of rainfall along the average. So if you look at observed rainfall, yes, neutral in southern ocean conditions are prevailing, and Indian Ocean dipole continued to be neutral, but in the month of September it became negative, weak negative, I would say, slightly negative. And then rainfall is 108%. This is 108%. Sorry, it is not 108.1. This is 108% of long-term average. And then we gave a forecast that what will be the rainfall activity for different months. That also will show you. Then we gave the forecast for the second half of monsoon season. That is 31st July. We issued a third stage, that is August-September rainfall. We told at that time also neutral El Nino southern ocean conditions are prevailing over the equatorial Pacific, and neutral El Nino conditions likely to continue during remaining parts of the season. And same has happened, neutral El Nino conditions are prevailing. Then we told that there will be the neutral IOD conditions, but it may turn into the weak negative IOD conditions at the end of the monsoon season. And it happened so. A few days back, we got the negative IOD conditions developed towards the end of this monsoon season. And rainfall forecast, we told that is most likely to be above normal, that is more than 106%. And rainfall has become 110% for August to September. And first half monsoon season, also the above normal rainfall activity, that is 106%. Now let us look at the forecast for June. June, we told that it will be above normal rainfall activity, that is more than 108% of long period average, and most likely over the country. And actual was 109%. July prediction was more than 106%, that is above normal, and it became 105%. August, we told that it will be normal rainfall, that is 94 to 106%, it was 105%. September, we told that it will be more than 109%, that is above normal, and it became 115%. So by that I will say that we have been able to predict monthly and seasonal rainfall, and also the distribution of rainfall category in different parts of the country. So now let us look at verification of the spatial distribution. So this is left-hand side shows the actual rainfall category, that is above normal is blue and normal is green, and orange is the below normal rainfall activity. And the first forecast is on 15th April is shown in the middle, and second forecast is on 27th of the second stage, 27th of May is shown in the last. What you find that we predicted that there will be above normal rainfall activity or normal rainfall activity over many parts of the country, except northeast India and adjoining areas. And mainly, if you just look at that, is the area where rainfall has been less mainly. Now let us look at this is verification for the second half of the season, that is August and September. On the right hand side, this is the forecast. We told that yes, again, east and northeast India will be deficient, and here along the west coast, especially Karnataka coast and Kerala coast, will have deficient, and some parts in Ladakh and other areas also will be deficient. And left hand side, the actual, you can see that most of the cases it has been in agreement or reasonably correct. I'll say it is about more than 80% of area, whether it is monthly or seasonal or bi-weekly, bi-monthly forecast is agreeing with the forecast category. Now, this is verification for the September rainfall. On the right hand side, this is the probability forecast for rainfall of September. We told that yes, and in some parts of South Peninsula and again East and Northeast India and Ladakh and adjoining areas will have deficient rainfall, or the remaining parts will be normal to above normal rainfall activity. And left hand side is the actual category. You can see yes, East and Northeast India has become below normal, and parts of Peninsula, South Peninsula has become below normal, and also it has become below normal over Ladakh and adjoining areas. And remaining part has become either blue or green, indicating normal to above normal rainfall activity. So by that way, September forecast also demonstrates the efficacy of the multimodal ensemble, which is being utilized by IMD to provide this forecast from 2021. And its performance is highly better than the earlier method what we utilized. Now let us look at September rainfall. If you just look at, yes, there is rise in rainfall in the recent time. You can find out, and we find that yes, it has been above normal for last 7 years. Last 7 years, the country as a whole has become more than the long period average. And if I consider Northwest India, yes, it was also above normal in September, and it was 6th highest in 2021. And all India is the 7th highest since 2001. So it is not a record-breaking rainfall, what I want to say. Whatever rainfall you got in September, it is not record-breaking. It is 37th highest in 1901 and 35th highest in 1901 for Northwest India. Now let us look at rainfall for Central India for the month of September. Again, Central India has got good rainfall activity in recent years, if you can find out. And this year also it is above normal, but it is not a record-breaking rainfall. It is the 5th highest since 2001 and 16th highest in 1901. Similarly, East and Northeast India, if you just look at it, it has become deficient, and it is the 2nd lowest since 2001 and 6th lowest since 1901. So this is the most important, that this, if this year, if you look at for different homogeneous regions, East and Northeast India has a record value, that is, it is the 2nd lowest since 2001 and 6th lowest since 1901. If I compare the previous years, actually, you will find that the lowest has been 1968, and followed by 1912, 2005, 1994, and 1904. So all these years are randomly distributed, and therefore you cannot find a trend in occurrence of the lower value of rainfall in the month of September over East and Northeast India. Whatever recent years, if you just look at, you can find out just a trend that as if rainfall is decreasing over East and Northeast India. Now let us look at what happened for onset. There was early onset, as all of us know, and also there was early completion of the entire country, and it covered the entire country by about say 8 July is the normal date, and it covered by about 29 June or something like that. So it was early coverage of the country, and also early onset of monsoon. And considering the withdrawal, if you look at, withdrawal started on 14th and normal is 17th. So it was nearby to normal date. And now withdrawal has been completed over Northwest India. And we have stopped giving any forecast for withdrawal for next 1 week because of the ongoing low pressure system over the Gujarat, and also the expected low pressure depression, which is forming over Bay of Bengal by tomorrow. Already there is a cyclonic circulation. It will be a depression, of course, again. So therefore, rainfall activity will continue over remaining parts of the country, and hence the conditions will not become favorable immediately for withdrawal of monsoon. Now, this is the comparison of the withdrawal dates and onset dates over Kerala, and coverage date for entire country, then withdrawal date of monsoon, and then you can find out that there is no such relationship, and it is quite random. And this year, actually, I have shown you, and compared to last year, it was 30th May when onset took place over Kerala and covered the entire country by 2 July, and compared to 29th May this year. So what you find that this year has been early onset, has been early coverage of the entire country, has been near normal withdrawal commencement, but the withdrawal over Central India, Eastern India, Northeast India is going to be delayed because of the expected rainfall activity due to low pressure systems developing over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Now let us look at heavy rainfall events that occurred in September 2025. So location June to September 2025. On the left hand side is the very heavy rainfall events during June to September 2025. And you have got different color codes for different months like June, July, August, and September. And on right hand side, this is the extremely heavy rainfall. That means 20 centimeters or more in different parts of the country in June, July, August, and September. So what I find that central India got more very heavy rainfall activity or extreme heavy rainfall activity in the month of July. And in the month of August, the west coast, especially Konkan coast and Kerala coast, they got more such heavy to extremely heavy rainfall activity. The activity over Western Himalayan region, which caused different types of cloudburst, landslides, etc., has been also quite often during different months, and especially it is June. Then it is August and September, which has seen many such activity over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, and Uttarakhand. Now let us look at the significant disastrous weather phenomena. For example, during monsoon season, usually we get the gale wind due to cyclones or the squally winds. Then we get lightning, thunderstorms, and also we get floods because of the heavy rainfall activity. As it was above normal rainfall year, you can find out from diagram that flooding or heavy rainfall situation affected many parts of the country. And at the same time, the thunderstorm and lightning also affected northern parts, especially very often, it including UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and eastern parts of Maharashtra. This is a zone where the thunderstorm and lightning has been quite active during the monsoon season. If I look at the number of deaths, it is, of course, you should accept it with some conditions that these are data collected from various newspapers and state government reports what we have received. It is not completely based on state government reports. And that shows that floods and heavy rainfall caused death of around 935 people, and lightning and thunderstorm occurred death of 570 people. There were 22 deaths during June to September because of the heat waves, and total death was 1528. But I will request to collect the exact figure from the concerned state governments and also the concerned central government agencies. Now, let us look at the heavy rainfall that occurred in the month of September. So you can find that you see blue dots are the very heavy rainfall events, red are the extreme heavy rainfall events, and green is the heavy rainfall events. You will find that, yes, in the month of September, it occurred almost everywhere. Across the country, there was heavy rainfall activity, and especially the extremely heavy rainfall activity occurred in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, and Uttarakhand, and also the central part of the country, starting from North Odisha and West Bengal to Gujarat and South Rajasthan. And also, there are some activity over southern West Bengal and adjoining Bihar. So, if I look at the comparison, if I just look at the number of extreme heavy rainfall events, this year it was 41 compared to 96 last year. So that means last year it was more extreme heavy rainfall events compared to this year in the month of September. Similarly, if I compare the very heavy rainfall events, it is 312 in 2025, and whereas you can find out it was 527 in 2024, 377 in 2023, 466 in 2021. Only 2022 it was less. It was 224. So in the recent 5 years, that means the heavy rainfall activity and extreme heavy rainfall activity is a minimum in 2022, and it is a maximum in 2024. Now, I will just mention here the most significant extreme heavy rainfall event which occurred in the month of September. The first one is that is August 30th. August 30th, and that night extreme heavy rainfall over Chennai and cloudburst event. Then we have got extreme heavy rainfall to very heavy rainfall in Telangana, 11 to 15th September, 15 September. Then heavy to extreme heavy rainfall spell over Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, that is 13 to 18 September, which caused floods, flash floods and landslides. Especially, I will mention 15 to 16 September night, 13% died and 16 are missing due to torrential rain, cloudburst and flash floods. Of 16 wreaked havoc in Sahasradhara, in Tapkeshwar, in the district of Dehradun. Then heavy to extreme heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand on 16 to 18 September caused flash floods in landslides in Chamoli and Dehradun and Mandi also. Then 17 to 18 September night, major landslides in Kuntari, Lagfali, Kuntari, Laksar Pani, Sera, and Durma in Nandan Nagar areas of Chamoli district, Uttarakhand. So people also call it as cloudburst. An extremely heavy rainfall event of 215.4 millimeter occurred over Kolkata in 24 hours period, recorded 8:30 hours east of 23rd September. And there also it was a near cloudburst phenomenon. I will say it could be a cloudburst phenomena where you do not have data. 98 millimeter during 3 to 4 hours IST of 23rd September. And this is the case of Sahasradhara in Dehradun. You can find out how the rainfall increases all of a sudden, and it is causing the flash floods, cloudburst, etc. phenomena. You can say. Similarly, this is the Mahakumpur in Dehradun. You can see how the rainfall increase here. It was a slightly, it is not steep increase, but steep increase was here. You can see how it occurred in this red color. But here it is not so steep, but gradual increase, but in the short time also. This is the case of Chennai cloudburst of night 30th August. I was looking out 31st August rainfall, this one. And you can find out the rainfall was 271.5 millimeter, and it occurred in a very short time period, satisfying the condition of cloudburst. Now, this is the Kolkata extreme heavy rainfall event. I want to say that 2 to 3 hours IST rainfall was 77 millimeter, and 3 to 4 hours it was 175.0 millimeters. Okay, so therefore this is a cloudburst event. If you just look at it, it was a progressive rainfall. So if you take the difference, you will find that 98 millimeters during 3 to 4 hours IST. So 98 millimeters somewhere it could have been more than 98 millimeter also, because heavy rainfall occurs very mesoscale. Any localized rainfall also can exceed 98 millimeter. So I can say that it was just like a cloudburst phenomena. Now, what are the reasons for this good rainfall activity in the month of September, which is ending up with 15% above normal? The number one is that it was a neutral El Nino southern oscillation conditions, but the atmospheric circulation features, if you look at it, was La Nina-like situation, which favored the good rainfall activity. Second one is that 4 low pressure systems formed, including one deep depression and one depression. And this gave good rainfall activity. The third one is the Mrutyunjay oscillation. Though it was weak, but it lay over phase 2 and 3, that is the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, and hence it favored the amplification of the convective clouds and hence rainfall activity over India. The fourth one is that you can see that Northwest Pacific, there was different developments, and these two systems moved westwards, and their remnants came to Bay of Bengal. Many remnants came from South China Sea to the Bay of Bengal, leading to 4 low pressure systems. And this is the statistics of low pressure systems which is developed in the monsoon season. There are 5 low pressure systems in June, 5 in July, 4 in August, and 4 in September. Total, there were 18 low pressure systems. It included 1 deep depression and 6 depressions. So that means there are 7 deep depressions formed out of 18 low pressure systems. Normally, there will be 13 low pressure systems and 5 to 6 depressions. That includes 5 to 6 depressions. That means this year number of depressions has been more than normal, and also number of low pressure systems has been more than normal. The difference is 5. It was 5 extra low pressure systems which developed during this year, June to September. Now, if I look at total number of low pressure system days over the region, there will be certain days when there will be 2 low pressure systems, say 1 over land, 1 over the sea, or 1 over Bay of Bengal, 1 over Arabian Sea. That is considered as 1 day only. So considering that, we find that there were 69 days out of 122 days. There are 69 days when low pressure systems occurred over Indian region. Indian region means it includes land, Bay of Bengal, and Arabian Sea. So if I just look at that, it was 13 days in June, 18 days in July, 15 days in August, and 23 days. You can just imagine in September, a total became 69 days of low pressure systems. So normally we have about 55 days of low pressure systems. This year it was 14 days extra. So this number of more low pressure systems and more number of low pressure system days or their longevity led to excess rainfall or above normal rainfall activity in September and season as a whole. Now, these are the different types of depressions which are formed in different parts of Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, and the country. And this is one very specific example. I just want to say that this is the deep depression which formed 6th of September. It continued till 10th of September. You can see how a sinusoidal curve it took. It generated here, came south, then go to the north, then again came to south, then entered into Arabian Sea, and weekend over Arabian Sea south of Pakistan. So this caused very good rainfall activity over western parts of the country. You can see that in September also, western part of the country got more rainfall activity. The second one, which developed over northwest and edging west central Bay of Bengal, came as a remnant from South China Sea, and it moved westward, crossed near Gopalpur, and then now the remnant is lying over Gulf of Kutch here. Gulf of Kutch, its remnant is moved. It has not weakened. It is continuing the Wilmar low pressure area, your Gulf of Kutch and neighborhood, and it caused good rainfall activity also in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and today also Rajasthan got heavy rainfall. You'll be surprised how the depression from low pressure system lying in Gulf of Kutch also can cause rainfall activity within Rajasthan. Now, so it also delayed the withdrawal of monsoon from northwest and central India. It has caused vigorous rainfall activity, vigorous monsoon rainfall activity, or you can say heavy to very heavy rainfall activity for Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Rayalaseema, Bidar, Maharashtra, Konkan, and Goa, and Madhya Pradesh. Now let us look at the temperature during September. Temperature has become, because of the good rainfall activity in the western parts, it has become below normal. You can find out green color here. And the right hand side it has become above normal, especially over northeastern states. Minimum temperature, similarly, it has become above normal in many parts because of the good rainfall activity. And mean temperature represents the maximum temperature criteria. Now let us look at the September temperature comparison with the past. What I find that there is not any significant rank in the occurrence of temperature over different parts of the country and the country as a whole, except I'll say East and Northeast India. It has become 4th highest in maximum temperature in September. Similarly, 4th highest minimum temperature, and concerning mean also it is the 3rd highest. That means it has become warmer this year over East and Northeast India. The reason is very clear. There was no rainfall activity, or rainfall activity was quite less, cloudiness, so therefore temperatures are quite high. Now let us look at September rainfall forecast. What was the forecast in the actual? You can find out here. This was the forecast deficient rainfall over the East and Northeast India, then your Peninsular India, and that has occurred. You can find out here. East and Northeast India, Peninsular India has become deficient or below normal, and remaining parts we have got normal rainfall activity. Now let us look at the temperature forecast. We gave on the left hand side is the actual temperature, and right hand side is the forecast, that is maximum temperature. So we gave that western part will have below normal maximum temperature. It has occurred also, and southern peninsula also we told many parts it will be below normal. It has become below normal. And eastern part we told that it will be above normal maximum temperature. It has become above normal maximum temperature. And this is the minimum temperature. We told that over many parts it will be above normal, except some parts of South Rajasthan and then Madhya Pradesh. And you can find out here it was normal to below normal over some parts of Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. And some areas in Andhra Pradesh we told that it will be normal to below normal. It has also happened like that. Of course, there is a little spatial difference, but I would say that in general it has captured the point that more or less temperature will be above normal. It has become temperature above normal. In certain areas it will be below normal. It has become below normal. Now let us look at latest global sea surface temperature departures in El Nino conditions or southern oscillation conditions or Pacific. But we find that Nino 3.4, which corresponds to our activity in the region, it is minus 0.4. That means it's very close to the threshold, that is minus 0.5. It is slightly less than minus 0.5. As I'm telling you, the atmospheric circulation features are like La Nina conditions, and so therefore it is moving towards the La Nina conditions. You can see on the right hand side diagram that how the temperature anomaly is continuing to become the below normal, the blue color. Now let us look at the forecast. The forecast says that the blue color, the blue bar indicates the La Nina conditions, neutral is gray, red one is the El Nino conditions. What you find that for these ensuing months and seasons, up to say February, there is blue is dominant. So that means there is a possibility that La Nina conditions will develop in the ensuing months, that is in post-monsoon season, and it will continue in the winter months. But however, this La Nina condition will not be long-lived. For a few months only, there will be La Nina conditions, and then it will lead or give way to the neutral conditions. Similarly, if I consider the Indian Ocean dipole, it is already the slightly negative Indian Ocean dipole you can find out here, and it is also temporary. It will improve. It may become again neutral Indian Ocean dipoles as for the predictions. There, the green bar is the neutral conditions, and blue bar is the negative Indian Ocean dipole. So only October, November, December for a certain period it will be negative Indian Ocean dipole, but gradually it will become again neutral Indian Ocean dipole conditions. Now let us look at the forecast for post-monsoon season of 2025, that is October, November, December. So this forecast is developed by the multi-model ensemble technique by India Meteorological Department, and forecast given by the probabilistic form of normal, below normal, above normal. What you find from this diagram, that most parts of the country are blue or green, and only northwest India, covering Rajasthan, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Punjab, Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and many parts of Uttarakhand, where you have got the orange color. So that means this is the area where it will be below normal rainfall activity. Otherwise, the remaining parts of the country, we may have the normal or above normal rainfall activity. And here we give a special forecast for South Peninsular India, that is the northeast monsoon. So northeast monsoon season is October to December, and northeast monsoon area covers the 5 meteorological subdivisions. One is Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, Kerala, South Interior Karnataka. So this is the area. Andhra Pradesh, then you have got coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema, then Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, then Karnataka, especially the south part of Karnataka, and then you have got the Kerala. So this is the area where northeast monsoon rainfall occurs more, and therefore we give a special forecast for northeast monsoon. So what it suggests that for South Peninsular India, rainfall activity will be the above normal. So here normal is defined as plus minus 12%. So rainfall activity will be more than 112% over this southeast peninsular region, covering these 5 meteorological subdivisions. And of course, for the country as a whole, if you just look at it, it is showing that it will be above normal. The long period average of rainfall over South Peninsular India, that is 5 meteorological subdivisions, based on data of 1971 to 2020, is 334.13. Now let us look at probabilistic forecast for October. So if I look at October, again, the country as a whole, if you just look at, you will find most parts it is blue or green, only some parts of northwest India and some parts of extreme South Peninsula and some isolated regions of Arunachal Pradesh, where you have got yellow color, that means below normal rainfall probability. So here also it indicates that the country as a whole will have above normal rainfall in the month of October, and that is more than 115%. And the long period average rainfall for the country as a whole for the month of October is about 75.4 millimeters. So the above normal rainfall activity what we have received in monsoon season, that is going to be supported by again above normal rainfall activity in the month of October and October to December season as a whole. Of course, the area may vary from the period to period. Especially, for example, for the October, we are expecting normal to above normal rainfall activity over northeast India also, which has become deficient. Therefore, this rainfall activity will help the reduction of deficiency over northeast India, which is the fact during monsoon season. Another point, what you find that there is a high probability here in east and northeast India, including Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and here Bihar, you have high probability that there will be above normal rainfall activity. It is mainly because that already we are expecting the monsoon depressions. There could be more rainfall activity because of the systems developed in the month of October. Similarly, in this part also you are getting more. Already we have got a weather system here, and this monsoon system which is developing here, it will move towards west, and up to this area there could be rainfall activity increased in northern parts of peninsula. So therefore, these are the anticipations as per the forecast for next 7 to 10 days that October rainfall becoming higher may be due to the low pressure systems, apart from the interseasonal variability and the large scale processes. And monsoon withdrawal is also delayed. That is also another reason why it is getting above normal rainfall activity. Now let us look at the maximum temperature. Maximum temperature forecast, if you just look at most parts, is green or blue. That means you will have normal to below normal maximum temperature in most parts of the country because we are expecting rainfall, except the Western Himalayan region and Northeast India and adjoining areas of East India. So there it will be above normal maximum temperatures. If I look at the minimum temperatures, most parts of the country will have the above normal. The high probability is there over the East and Northeast India that temperature will be above normal. मैं आप सभी को हमारा जो पूर्वानुमान है अक्टूबर से दिसंबर, इसका हिंदी में व्याख्यान दूंगा। दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत में मानसूनोत्तर ऋतु यानी अक्टूबर से दिसंबर के दौरान औसत वर्षा सामान्य से अधिक, दीर्घावधि औसत का 112% से अधिक होने की संभावना है। 1971 से 2020 के आंकड़ों के आधार पर दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत में मानसूनोत्तर ऋतु के दौरान वर्षा का दीर्घावधि अवधि लगभग 334.13 मिलीमीटर होता है। देश भर में मानसूनोत्तर ऋतु के लिए संभाव्य पूर्वानुमान यह दर्शाता है कि देश के अधिकांश भागों में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है, सिवाय उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कई भागों और सुदूर दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत तथा पूर्वोत्तर भारत के कुछ भागों को छोड़कर, जहां वर्षा सामान्य से नीचे रहने की संभावना है। जलवायु विज्ञान के अनुसार जो मानचित्र में दर्शाया गया बिंदु बोले वाले क्षेत्र हैं, अक्टूबर से दिसंबर के दौरान सीजन में उस एरिया में बहुत कम वर्षा होता है। जो व्हाइट स्पॉट आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, वहां मॉडल का कोई सिग्नल नहीं है, कोई पूर्वानुमान नहीं है। अभी अक्टूबर की बात करें तो अक्टूबर 2025 के दौरान पूरे देश में औसत वर्षा सामान्य से अधिक, दीर्घावधि औसत के 115% से अधिक रहने की संभावना है। 1971 से 2020 के आंकड़ों के आधार पर अक्टूबर माह के दौरान देश भर में वर्षा का एलपीए लगभग 75.4 मिलीमीटर है। अक्टूबर 2025 के दौरान देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है। हालांकि उत्तर पश्चिम भारत और सुदूर दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों और पूर्वोत्तर भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों में सामान्य से नीचे वर्षा होने की संभावना है। भूमि क्षेत्र के भीतर सफेद छायांकित क्षेत्र मॉडल की कोई संकेत नहीं दर्शाती है। जलवायु विज्ञान के अनुसार मानचित्र में दर्शाए गए बिंदु वाले क्षेत्रों में अक्टूबर के दौरान बहुत कम वर्षा होती है। अधिकतम तापमान की बात करें, अक्टूबर में देश के अधिकतम भागों में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे अधिकतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है, सिवाय पूर्वोत्तर और आसपास के पूर्व भारत, पश्चिम हिमालय राज्यों और सौराष्ट्र एवं कच्छ को छोड़कर, जहां सामान्य से अधिक अधिकतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है। पूर्वोत्तर भारत में सामान्य से अधिक अधिकतम तापमान रहने की प्रबल संभावना है। न्यूनतम तापमान की बात करें तो अक्टूबर के दौरान देश के अधिकांश भागों में सामान्य से अधिक न्यूनतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है, जबकि पूर्वी, पूर्वोत्तर और पूर्व मध्य भारत में इसकी प्रबल संभावना है। अभी मैं आपको आने वाले 4 हफ्ते में कैसे स्थिति रहेगा मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा। आई विल टेल यू द फोरकास्ट फॉर नेक्स्ट 4 weeks or extended forecast which is issued in last Thursday. So you can find that it indicates good rainfall activity. It indicates good rainfall activity over northern peninsula, central India, because of the low pressure systems which are expecting to form tomorrow over central and adjoining North Bay of Bengal. And in the second, in the next week also, it is showing that rainfall activity will continue over northeast India and etc. That is week of 9 to 10. So what I want to say that for next 1 week, a possibility of withdrawal of monsoon from any more parts of the country is not expected because of the expected rainfall activity. After 1 week, the condition will become favorable. Like you can see, that 9 October onwards, condition will become favorable for withdrawal from some parts of central India, UP, etc. So we will be monitoring every day and will give you the update about the withdrawal of monsoon. So monsoon is monsoon withdrawal is becoming delayed from this part, central India and adjoining UP, Bihar, etc., because of the low pressure system which is forming tomorrow over the Bay of Bengal. Same is the case with another extended range forecast, what we find here. And if I look at the warning, yes, we are expecting the increasing rainfall activity over eastern parts of country and northeastern states because of the low pressure system which is developing by tomorrow. And we are expecting that it will become a depression and it will cross South Odisha, North Andhra Pradesh coast by 3rd October morning. And thereafter, it will lead to increasing rainfall activity over entire eastern India and northeastern states. Even up to Bihar and East UP, we will expect a very heavy rainfall activity by 4th and 5th. There is prediction by the different models that it can lead to rainfall activity over Nepal also. So therefore, the continuous rainfall activity for 3 days over 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th sometimes over Bihar, Nepal, and East UP can lead to increase in rainfall activity in the river catchment areas over these regions. We have to be cautious and take precautionary measures. So night temperatures, if we just look at, because of this prevailing active monsoon conditions and also the expected low pressure systems and prevailing low pressure systems, the temperatures are not going down. Temperatures are above normal over northwest India and adjoining central India by 3 to 5 degrees Celsius. And we are expecting that this type of abnormal conditions will continue till 4th October. After 4th October, the temperature will fall down over northwest India and adjoining central India. The reason is very simple, that by 4th, we are expecting a western disturbance. And that western disturbance will have impact from 5th onwards over northwest India and adjoining central India. It is an active western disturbance which we are expecting. Therefore, it will lead to initially rainfall activity, thunderstorm activity over the plains of northwest India and also the hills. And at the same time, it can also lead to fall in temperature after the passage of western disturbance. So I want to summarize here for the next 1 week. One is that depression approaching towards eastern coast, especially Odisha and North Andhra Pradesh coast, and it will have impact of to eastern India and northeastern states, even up to East UP. The second one is that the temperature, above normal temperature is continuing, and that temperature will continue for 4th up to 4th, and then to fall. The third point I want to say that in active western disturbance is approaching, it will impact from 5th onwards, and hence we will have rainfall activity, thunderstorm activity over northwest India, including hill areas, western Himalayan region, and the plains, even up to the central India, MP, etc., will be affected. And after the passage on 6th, the fall in temperature will be there. So there will be fall in temperature, that is maximum temperature and minimum temperature, both over northwest India and then central India after the passage of these western disturbances. There is another activity I have not told you so far, that is a well-marked low pressure area now centered over Gulf of Kutch and neighborhood, and it is expected that by tonight it will emerge into Arabian Sea. Once it emerges, there is probability that it will intensify into a depression again, but it will move away from Indian coast. It is moving towards northwest Arabian Sea of Oman coast. Okay, so therefore it is not moving towards Indian coast. So it is moving away from Indian coast, and it will be by tonight or so it will be over the northeast Arabian Sea. Then by next 2 days it will go to northwest Arabian Sea. But our ships, our fishermen, should be cautious. They should not go into disturbed areas of North Arabian Sea, including Northwest Arabian Sea and North Arabian Sea till 6th. And similarly, our fishermen should not go into sea till 3rd afternoon over North Bay of Bengal and Central Bay of Bengal because of the expected monsoonal low pressure system tomorrow, which will become a depression by 2nd. So thank you very much. Now we can take some questions and comments. Any questions or comments?
Sir, this is Milan from India Today.
Yes, please.
So just wanted a clarification. You have now mentioned that rainfall activity over Chennai, Dehradun, and these areas is categorized as a cloudburst event, because earlier we were actually waiting for some sort of clarity from IMD. And does the Dharali rainfall also come in the category of cloudburst event, which has now been presented in the presentation today, sir? So please clarify on that.
No, Dharali event, I presented the events which occurred in September. Okay, madam. I have not presented the previous events. So Dharali event I have not presented today. So Dharali event, we have given a press release at that time. I request you please refer to our press release at that time. Today I discussed all the events which has occurred in the month of September only.
Yes, sir. So are we calling the rainfall in Chennai as well as in
we have got a proof there. We have got wherever we have got a proof that I have mentioned. Okay.
All right.
So
all
where
right.
we do not have proof, how can I mention? So Chennai event was supporting the criteria that is 10 centimeters per hour. Kolkata event was just close to, therefore I say it can be considered because 98 millimeter is nothing but 10 centimeters.
Okay, sir. And another thing, sir, any predictions for the winter season? Because we have read across a lot of places that the winter is going to be colder and harsher. So is IMD expecting anything like that? So would love it if you could just give us a few comments on that.
So I have shown you the forecast of temperature. So what we find actually from the forecast of temperature. So for the month of October only we have given the forecast. For winter, we have not given any forecast at present. Winter is defined specifically for January and February. So we cannot give, we have got the limitations. We cannot predict the temperature forecast for January, February by the month of September. So we are giving the temperature forecast 1 month in advance. So by that way, we have given the forecast of maximum temperature and minimum temperature. And as for our forecast in many parts, the maximum temperature will be normal to below normal in India during the month of October, except Western Himalayan region and northeastern states, where it will be above normal. Similarly, minimum temperature, if you just look at, it will be above normal. And there is high probability that it will be above normal over Northeast India and East India. But otherwise, also entire country is showing that it will be above normal minimum temperature. And this above normal minimum temperature in the month of October can be attributed to the cloudiness, because cloudiness will increase once we are predicting there will be above normal rainfall activity. Certainly, your night temperature will be warmer. So there is the prediction that there will be La Nina conditions developing during the season. So at present, still it is minus 0.4. It has not become minus 0.5. So atmosphere circulation patterns are inching towards the La Nina conditions. And there are certain studies that during La Nina period, the temperature decreases. But if I look at the actual prediction for the month of October, the minimum temperature is expected to be higher than normal. So therefore, what I want to say that La Nina is not the only condition to decide the temperature over Northwest India. There are many other factors like western disturbances or the monsoonal low pressure system. Monsoon is getting delayed for withdrawal. So all these will decide what will become the temperature over northwest India. So this is the model which takes into consideration all these factors dynamically and predicts this. So for temperature during January, February, madam, we cannot tell you now.
Sir,
Okay, sir.
sir, this is Sandeep Das from Financial Express, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, one of the thing is that, sorry, you said that the withdrawal of monsoon has been stalled because of all these conditions. So what does that mean? That means it will be delayed further and there will be more rainfall in the first 2 weeks. And second part is that 71% of the, you have said 71% chance of La Nina condition. That means we are expecting a colder winters
तो
month.
चूंकि सर उसमें ये है, एक मिनट की मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
अनुज जी थोड़ा वेट कर लीजिए, मैं संदीप जी का प्रश्न के उत्तर दे दूं। सो संदीप जी, यस, आपने सही बताया कि हमने प्रेडिक्ट किया कि 71% प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि लानिना कंडीशन डेवलप होगा। So that means there is a high probability that we are moving towards La Nina condition. The second point also I told that this La Nina condition will not be longer. It will be a short period La Nina. So you may have La Nina conditions during there is a post-monsoon season and at best up to winter season, and after that it will not continue. And there are certain studies I have discussed and told to Miller Madam that during La Nina years temperature becomes below normal, but it is not a one-to-one condition that La Nina only decides the temperature over northwest India. There are many other factors. So taking into all these conditions, we can tell what will the temperature. But we have limitations. We are not predicting temperature for the month of January, February now. We predict only for October. Every month we give the update on temperature forecast.
And withdrawal part, sir? What was
so withdrawal, yes, that's what we're telling. Withdrawal is getting delayed because of this monsoonal system. Now already the monsoon is withdrawn from most parts of northwest India, and further withdrawal we have not predicted. Also for the next 1 week, the condition is not becoming favorable. Next 1 week we have got the weather system, as I told you, low pressure is developing. It will become a depression. There is likelihood, and it will cross the coast of Andhra, Odisha, and they'll move. It will have the impact over central India and also impact over the east and northeast India, even up to East UP, there will rainfall. And we have withdrawal of to West UP. So East UP withdrawal cannot be possible because of this weather system. So therefore we have to wait for next 1 week. We are not expecting any further withdrawal.
Thank you, sir.
Anirudh, अनुज जी, आप बोल रहे हैं क्या? सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है? नहीं, अब सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है।
सर, नॉर्थ ईस्ट मॉनसून का कब है अराइवल?
हाँ, जितेंद्र जी बोलिए।
नॉर्थ ईस्ट मॉनसून का अराइवल डेट कब है?
Usually the southeast monsoon withdraws by 12th October, and simultaneously or nearby to that, around 15 October, northeast monsoon sets in.
So will it be on time this year, sir?
That we usually do not give that date of monsoon, but on day-to-day basis we monitor. As you can see now, that system is forming, and we are expecting 7 days delay in withdrawal of monsoon from central part and eastern part of the country. So I can say it implies that monsoon withdrawal may be little delayed from entire country, that is October 12th. But still, weather system is dynamic. We will be monitoring. But as of today, it seems that it will be little delayed. It will go beyond October 12th.
Okay, thank you.
सर, अब मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं सर?
Yes, बोलिए।
हाँ सर, मैं ये आप सारी बातें अभी और दो तीन साथियों ने पूछी तो वो क्लियर हो गई, लेकिन एक आम जनता के लिए मुझे सीधा एक लाइन में जानना है कि अब मानसून खत्म हो गया, उसके बाद सब लोगों का सीधी एक नजर ये रहती है कि जो आने वाली अगला सीजन यानी सर्दियों का वो कैसा है? तो अभी आप जैसा बता चुके हैं कि आमतौर पर टेम्परेचर मिनिमम भी और मैक्सिमम भी अब नॉर्मल रहेगा, तो इसका मतलब है
नहीं
कि
नहीं नहीं
सर्दियां बहुत
नहीं 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 नहीं,
सर,
मिनिमम
तो क्लियर
टेम्परेचर वो
करिए जी।
रहेगा, मिनिमम टेम्परेचर वो रहेगा,
अबव
मैक्सिमम
रहेगा जी।
टेम्परेचर, हाँ, मैक्सिमम टेम्परेचर बिलो नॉर्मल रहेगा इन मेनी पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री। बट एक बात मैं आपको बता दूं, जो नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया है, नॉर्थ
जी।
वेस्ट इंडिया में हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि रेनफॉल कम होगा। सो रेनफॉल कम होगा तो वहाँ टेम्परेचर फॉल नहीं होगा,
करेक्ट।
है ना, इतना फॉल
हम्म।
नहीं होगा। सो मगर
तो
फिर
मतलब
भी
फिलहाल
मैक्सिमम जो हमारा फोरकास्ट है, ये दिखाई दे रहा है कि प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि मैक्सिमम टेम्परेचर भी कम रहेगा।
ओके।
ठीक है ना, कि कहाँ कम रहेगा ना, मैक्सिमम टेम्परेचर कम रहेगा प्लेन्स ऑफ नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया, सेंट्रल इंडिया, पेनिनसुलर इंडिया,
तो
मैनी
यानी
एरियाज पर
जी, तो
इसमें
आप
कम
अभी
रहेगा।
तो
मगर
अभी
जम्मू कश्मीर, सुन लीजिए, मगर जम्मू कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश,
जी।
उत्तराखंड, ईस्ट यूपी, गुजरात का सौराष्ट्र कच्छ एरिया, वो सभी में टेम्परेचर ज्यादा रहेगा, मैक्सिमम टेम्परेचर
ओके।
अक्टूबर महीना में। और मिनिमम टेम्परेचर आप देखें वो नॉर्मल से ज्यादा रहेगा सभी जगह में ऑलमोस्ट।
ठीक सर।
ओके, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच,
सर
आई
सर
एम रियली
सर मेरा एक
ग्रेटफुल।
सवाल बचा है।
हाँ बोलिए
सर
बोलिए
आपने
मैडम।
जो मैप दिखाया था जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज रेनफॉल का,
हाँ
उसमें नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया के खासकर उत्तराखंड और हिमाचल में जहां
हाँ
पर एक्सेस रेनफॉल हुआ है, कुछ पॉकेट्स ऐसे दिखे हैं जिसमें रेड डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स दिखा रहा है विच वुड बी
जी
डेफिसिट रेनफॉल।
जी,
तो ये जहां पूरे एरिया में एक्सेस हो रहा है वहां ऐसे स्मॉल पॉकेट्स में डेफिसिट का क्या कारण होता है?
एक्चुअली ये ऐसे होता है जहाँ हिल्स होते हैं, जब हिल का एक तरफ विंडवार्ड रीजन होता है जहाँ ज्यादा बारिश होता है, दूसरी तरफ हिल का रेन शेडो बन जाता है। इसलिए आप देखेंगे, आपने सही, बहुत बहुत थैंक यू मैडम, एक्चुअली आपने पिक्ड अप ए पॉइंट। जो जगह हिल है, जैसे आपका इंटीरियर तमिलनाडु, जहाँ नीलगिरी हिल्स है, वहाँ एक तरफ आपका नॉर्मल एक्सेस रेनफॉल और दूसरी तरफ आपका डेफिशिएंट रेनफॉल। सिमिलरली जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, हिमाचल एरिया में आप देखेंगे कुछ हिल्स में आपका मैंने वेरी फ्यू इट इज बिलो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी एंड रिमेनिंग में आपका एबो नॉर्मल एक्टिविटी। मैं ये गेस कर रहा हूँ कि गेस क्या वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं, ये शायद मेनी डेज ये जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट है ये रेन शैडो में रहा। जैसे हम सदर्ली विंड्स होता है तो हिमालय के ऊपर जब कलिजन होता है तब ओरोग्राफिक अपलिफ्टमेंट होता है और रेनफॉल बढ़ता है। बट एट द सेम टाइम इफ this activity occurring on the that is southern side of a particular hill, on the northern side of the hill will get less rain. I feel that is the mechanism why to some districts in say Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, very rare districts are getting deficient rainfall.
Okay sir, thank you.
Okay, so if there is no questions, I thank you very much, and I am really grateful, and our IMD is entirely grateful to all of you for your cooperation. We managed well. Of course, there has been certain losses, and we all pray God for the Sadgati of all the noble souls, those who have lost lives because of the various types of disasters. But we have tried with your support, and you have also tried to communicate the information generated in terms of early warning and advisories, impact-based forecast, risk-based planning, what we have introduced recently. And we have been able to share the anticipatory actions in the beginning of the season, in the beginning of the month, what is going to happen in terms of temperature and rainfall and also severe weather, and what are the impact and what action should be taken. That also we can further improvise in the coming years. So thank you very much. Again, we'll meet by the end of October for the forecast for the month of November. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.